The shift was 9 to 2 today, and let's just say that not every table came my way today. But I showed up, I stayed positive, and I kept my eyes on the goal, which is to pay off $10,000 by January the 1st, tip by tip. So let's get into the money and see how much we made today. We made 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 20. So we made $120 today. Out of that $120, I am going to be putting $50 of it towards my debt, which brings my total debt down to $7,000. I am off tomorrow, but I do work 6 to 2 on Monday, so follow along and we will see how much we bring home on Monday. Another shift down and another step closer to paying off my $10,000 worth of debt. So let's get into the money and see how much we pulled in tips today. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 90, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20. So we brought in $220 today. Out of that $220, I am going to be saving $50 of that to pay off my debt, which brings my total debt down to $6,950. So tomorrow is Tuesday. Tomorrow I work 6 to 2. Follow along. We'll see how much we bring home tomorrow. Let's count these tips. Today I worked the floor solo. I was the hostess, I was the waitress, I was the busser, and I was the dishwasher. So let's count these tips and see if we can put a dent in our debt. Today we made 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So we made $245 today. Out of that $245, I am going to be putting $50 of that towards my debt, which brings my total debt down to $6,900. So I have one more shift before I leave for the East Coast. So on Thursday, I work 6 to 2, and I am going to put every dollar that I make towards my debt on Thursday. Today was Thursday. Today I worked 6 to 2. It was not a super steady day today, but people were pretty generous. Let's get into these tips and see how much we can throw at our debt today. Today we made 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 300. We made $300 today. Out of that $300, I am going to put all of it towards my debt, which brings my total debt down to $6,600. You already know what day of the week it is. It is my favorite day of the week, and that means we are counting our tips. I worked a total of 4 shifts this week, and I worked 29 hours. So let's get into the money and see how much we brought home this week. 50, 100, 50, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 80, 800, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85. So we made $885 this week. And out of that $885, I am putting $450 of that towards my debt, which brings my total debt down to $6,600.